Hello, my name is Hunter. I am speaking out against a cult that has been targeting my life and that has most definitely been targeting other people's lives. I've been being followed for years, job to job to job, and it's because I know things about the cult members. Some of them are in law enforcement. That's why I haven't been to law enforcement. They've made it clear to me that most of them are part of it. I actually went to the police academy, and I was targeted at the police academy too. And I had one more time to take the test, and it just so happened that a lot started happening in my life, and it distracted me. And I took too long to take the test, and pretty much did not get into law enforcement. They don't want people that are good people, good, innocent people that could make a real difference in the world on the force. They don't want them in law enforcement. So they pretty much what happened to me is I have a friend that's in law enforcement. I found out that he's an abusive person. And he's abused me over the years and everything. And I I feel like because of what I know about him, and he pretty much showed me that he was a part of this cult, that you know the people that I worked for, they showed me that they were a part of this cult and everything. And I don't have hate in my heart, and they know this. So they've tried to pretty much set me up over and over again and try to make me look unstable, try to make me look like somebody I'm not, by pretty much. And I always wondered why I got more hours than most everybody at the workplaces. It was to pretty much burn me out, make me frustrated, because what they would do is they would play mind games with me, and they would plant people and pretty much pass false, very nasty rumors around about me. And then these people would pretty much start attacking me for no reason. Like, I would get along with these people very well, and then all of a sudden I'm coming into work and nobody's talking to me. And I'm just sitting there like, what did I do? Like, we were, you know, doing well yesterday and everything. And it's because these people are either twisting the words that I say, or they're just passing straight up lies out about me to make me look like somebody that I'm not. And it's been happening to me over and over again, job to job. And on July 12th, 2025, I was pretty much surrounded by three coworkers, and they pretty much told me, pretty much implying that they were a part of the cult, and that as I get older, you start to see more and more people from your past more often. Pretty much implying that they're involved with the people that have been targeting me. And it's funny because one of them hold the symbols, the aviator glasses, pretty much in front of my face and everything. And one day at work, I was there. A new manager had just come in. I was, laughing and joking with the coworkers and everything. And he comes up to me, and he's just like almost pale face, pretty much saying, "This is harmony. Like, there's a good aurora here." And I was like, I didn't think anything of it. I was just like, yeah, we're all just, having a good time at work. And then not even a week later, I start coming into work, and people aren't talking to me, and people are treating me different. Pretty much, targeting me, gaslighting me, like somebody had passed around rumors around about me. And on July 12th, I pretty much told them that I was just gonna stick my headphones in before July 12th, and I was just gonna come to work and stay quiet because that's how they silence people. And I started doing this, and on July 12th, 2025, I was in the back. I was prepping, and this guy calls me up to help. And I didn't think anything of it, but they really didn't need my help at that time. So I come out to help and everything, and then all of a sudden he like starts an issue with me. And I literally I'm just like, oh, here we go. Like, I already knew, like, I kind of knew who you were, and he knew I knew who he was. But I said something about the glasses and everything, and that's when all three, including the manager, pretty much surrounded me and started like saying things, implying like who they were, trying to pretty much, I guess, bully me into complying. Which, what do I need to comply for? I work very hard. I'm very loyal, and I come to work every day. I work more hours than any other employee, and I pretty much just, stayed silent. And then the manager pretty much, like, said something really nasty about, like, women right in front of me. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it look like I have, like, something against women because that's what this law enforcement officer pretty much was. He was abusive and everything. And I pretty much, I I don't like that. I don't like abusive people. I never have. But I still love them. And as he was starting issues with me and everything, I pretty much just started telling him that, I know you don't like me, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I literally told him I loved him. I was like, I love you, man. Because I love everybody. I don't have hate in my heart. And I have conviction in my heart to know the difference between right and wrong. And it's almost like the good that I have in my heart kind of brings out people's darkness. I guess that's the word for it. It's like my light brings out people's darkness, and they either get jealous of me or envious of me. And but that's not the case. This cult has been targeting me for years, and in a sense, I kind of know why they do it to me. Because when this cult targeted me, my life started going downhill. It was like no matter what I did, I it was hard for me to stand on my own 2 feet. And that's why these people are targeting me, is because what happened to me can for sure happen to them. It's like it's gaslighting. They're pretty much bullying people into, I guess, complying to their ways and hating like they like to hate. I don't have hate in my heart. Like it's almost impossible for me to hate. I love everybody. And it's almost like when you try to do good in life, when you try to spread love and equality in life, you get your life like torn down. And I think it's to pretty much try to make people bitter, because they do not want me to be joyful. And I'm a very bubbly person. Like when I go to work, I usually I'm like the light of the party there. And I get it, a lot of people don't like that, so that's why I try to stick to myself. And then I like pretty much just, show my light to the customers. I'm bubbly to the customers and everything. Because I love people. And customers usually love me. Like today when I was at work, like, I think it was like the first customer I had, like, I took his order and everything. Older man. I took his order and everything, and he, like, I, the manager, she made his pizza and everything, and then I boxed it up. And then when I gave it to him, he, like, fist bumped me. And the thing about it is the store manager there, I pretty much told him one day because he's a huge part of this. Like he's been pretty much what he did was I was very loyal to him and I still am. He pretty much tried to get close to me to pretty much I guess get dirt on me, to pass false rumors around about me. Well, I told him one day I was just like cuz he doesn't want me speaking. He doesn't want me being bubbly. I told him I was just like I don't like being miserable at work. And he was just like, "Well, it's work and this and that." And I'm just like, "So that's what you want from me is to be miserable at work." And he knows what he's done to me is wrong, and I don't necessarily blame him cuz he's pretty much showing me right now like he brought his family in and everything, and he's been talking about his family to me. Like he doesn't want his life destroyed. That's why he's doing it to me. And that's, I really don't blame the people that have done this to me because obviously people are coming up to him or coming up to them and, like, pretty much threatening their lives, threatening their livelihoods. Like, if you don't do this to him, then we're going to take everything away from you. That's what they're doing to people. And when I made videos in the past, like a lot of people were going through this. A lot. Not just me. This is a real thing. And they don't want people talking about it. They, like I've said, like if I end up missing one day or, you know, found not alive, like these people had something to do with it. Or if my house ends up being burnt down, like, or something happens to one of my family members, this cult, this white supremacist cult, has it. They have something to do with it. And at my last HVAC job and everything, like, I've watched them kind of do this to other people and everything. And, like, I know people that have taken their own lives that used to work there. And I just start thinking to myself, like, what happened to them? Because what my, I mean, at that job and everything, they were pretty much talking about, oh, if you look at the pictures in the past, like, there's nobody from, you know, last year or a couple years, like, nobody ever sticks around. And it got me thinking, like, hmm, is this like some kind of front to pretty much mentally abuse people if they quote unquote don't comply? And the thing about it is, like, I was, I'm a very loyal person. I work very hard. Customers love me. And I'm not a perfect person. But they did this to me after my father died. Too. It was like they were trying to trauma bond me or something. And they knew my father had died, and they were pretty much like saying, "Oh," and I told them I was going through a hard time. They're like, "Oh, you're not going through a hard time. You don't have kids." And they were pretty much telling me that I was going to make a certain amount of money every year, trying to make me feel like I'm worthless because they didn't want me to know my worth. And, like, how am I supposed to have kids if these people are controlling my income? And that's the thing about the job I'm at now is there was that one employee that I guess he was having issues with me. Well, it was because he was targeting me. He ended up quitting right in front of me. I thought that was weird because of his pay. Because they were adjusting his pay. And I keep thinking, like, did they adjust his pay to bully him into pretty much gaslighting me? And that's why I say, like, I don't really blame some of these people that have been targeting me because that's what they do. And I talked about in other videos, like, it doesn't take much to influence somebody. I mean, $500 to somebody to do something to somebody else. That's all it takes. Because if they've affected my life so much to where I can barely get on my feet, imagine what they can do. And I've talked about in some of my other videos and everything about homeless people. I was riding my bike in the middle of town, and this homeless guy is smiling and waving at somebody in a car, and that person didn't even look at him like he was a human. And that's what I mean by, like, good, innocent people who don't have hate in their heart are being, like, severely targeted and having their lives, like, controlled and manipulated. They're being persecuted. They're getting everything taken away from them if they don't quote unquote comply. And then you have these companies that are wondering why they can't find skilled workers. And why, like, Gen Z is, like, hard to work with. Have you tried talking to them? That's that they don't want to talk to anybody. Cause I've already been to my store manager. I'm just like, hey, if if I do or say something that I can change, come up to me and talk to me. I'm very easy to talk to. They don't want to talk to me. That's the thing. They want to try to frustrate me. They want to try to find some kind of dirt on me to pretty much make me look and sound like somebody that I'm not. And when I come to work and I'm very loving to people and pretty much holding out a helping hand to people and pretty much spreading love to customers, it irritates them because it makes me look like a good person. And they don't want that because I guess in a sense I know too much. I don't want to know what I know. I never asked for it. I'm just, trying to live my life. I'm just trying to be comfortable in my life. And they have made it very uncomfortable. This cult, they've made it very uncomfortable for me. They've silenced me, they've threatened me, they've turned many, 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 many people against me. Job to job, and they confirmed, and that's one of the things they said on July 12th is they're pretty much going to be there at every job I have. So, yeah. That's what people are going through. 2025. And it's usually innocent people that have good morals, that strive to be their best, and that strive to do their best, and want to help others. It's usually those kind of people. And they're being kept out of law enforcement. They're being kept out of, government jobs. They're being kept out of leadership positions. They're being kept out of a lot of things right now. That's what's happening. That's why, because I hear people talk about, like, why don't we ever see any good people in leadership? That's why. Because they have love in their heart, and they get targeted so bad. They get manipulated so bad. They get gaslit so bad that it makes them pretty much, I guess, surrender or give up. Because they just want to live comfortable lives. And then the people that fight hard, they get everything taken away from them. There's a guy that I saw on YouTube. I don't know his name. I didn't really keep up with him at all, but I mean, he's pretty much given up now. I guess he's been fighting for like 10 years because he got arrested for protecting himself, and he's a veteran from, I guess, a cult member. He calls them cronies. But he was arrested because a guy pulled out a gun on him and he disarmed him. And he fought back with one of those car cigarette lighters. And he went to jail. And he's apparently been fighting it for years and everything. And through the court systems, the lawyers, and the law enforcement officers, and I guess the district attorneys, like, they've all turned a blind eye. And that's what's happening. Is when people try to speak out, they get made to look like they're crazy. They get everything taken away from them. Like, last I heard of him, he was living in like a trailer in the woods where he was pretty much having to drain his plumbing every week or something like that. Just to pretty much, I guess, hide. Because that's what they're doing. They pretty much financially broke me. And that's the thing is I'm pretty much getting back on my feet now. And they're still like the manager's just like, "Oh, well, I hope you stay with us and make good money." Pretty much telling me that, if I say anything, and here I am, that they're going to take it all away from me again. And the way they treat me, like, it just feels very threatening, like, to the point where I feel like I have to speak out about it. Like, I'm pretty sure they've attempted on my life. I mean, I know this law enforcement officer, he tried to get a local gang to take me out. And that didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. It's almost like God is watching over my life. Like, what's so important about me that they have all these people coming up against me, job to job, community to community? What's so important about me? What do I know? Why don't they want people seeing the good side of me? Only what they say about me. They want people to believe the lies about me. And I love everybody. Even the people that come against me, I love them. And I've told them that, and they don't like that. And then they start to feel bad and guilty. And like I said, like, this store manager, like, I'm pretty sure that he doesn't want to be involved in it. Like, he literally, I went up to him one day and I told him, you know, I'm a nice person. And he was like, yeah, I know, right? Like, pretty much wondering why, like, they want him targeting me. Like, I just keep sensing it that they don't want to do this to me. But it's like this cult, like, is forcing them. I love everybody. I don't have hate in my heart. And what's been done to me and other people, more people need to speak out about this, because the more people that speak out about it, the more that can be done about it. Because a lot of people are, especially after the pandemic, are going through a very rough time right now. Getting attacks in their life that they didn't even ask for. Like, most people just want to live a comfortable life. I don't want to be rich, but I should be able to live comfortably. And all I've ever wanted to do in my life is start a family and own my own home. And they've made it very hard for me to do that. So, the more of us that speak out, the better. Thank you.